10 bold predictions predicted in 2023 to start the season. And I'm here to recap it right here, right now for you on the channel. Will I look like a goose? Did I get some of them right? Did I get them all wrong? Well, you're going to find out right here at Barry Charles. If you haven't seen the video, you're welcome to go watch it again from the start of the year. My bold 10 predictions for the start of the season. But if you're just new to the channel, welcome. Let's get to it. The Barry Charles Footy Show, top 10 predictions of 2023. Let's see how they worked out or if they were absolute bust. Well, let's start off with my number one prediction. Well, my number one prediction, and it absolutely started off beautifully, 100% folks. We start off with 100%. Parramatta to miss the top 8. Bold prediction. From grand finalists to missing the top 8, and it duly delivered. Absolute would have got top dollar for them to miss the top 8. You would have got a great deal at the tab. Gamble responsibly. Getting back to it, yes, I just saw the loss of Reid Mahoney, Niokore, Papali'i. It was going to be a struggle for this team. And it proved to be, absolutely proved to be a bit of a struggle. Not the greatest for Parramatta. Obviously, the start of the season with Ryan Madison taking the 3-game suspension instead of the money fine. Cost them dearly. They lost 3 games to start the season. Come back and played solid. They got going. They had the Mitchell Moses saga for a while to start the season until he resigned. So they put a cloud over the head. And then the final nail in the coffin, Dylan Brown, absolutely gone burger. So that made that prediction absolutely top-notch, brilliant, thank you, all the way to the bank. But the second prediction is the total opposite, an absolute train wreck. Did I absolutely give this guy the absolute hoodoo of them all? Latrell Mitchell to be the Dally M medalist. Wow. Absolutely got that wrong. But you could argue the season, they started off well, but it was probably, started off very well for the first 12 weeks. But after that, injury to him at the origin really just curtailed the Rabbitoh season as well as his, and he virtually only played 1 or 2 games after that. So, not good for Rabbitoh's fans. Latrell Mitchell did not deliver, and the backup Matt Burton, absolutely nowhere near the top of the Dally M medalist as well. So I got that completely wrong, and I did not have Shaun Johnson in that list of absolute bold predictions. So clearly, and at the end of the day, Kalen Ponga was the one they wanted, so I got that wrong. But number 3, my number 3 prediction, and clearly got this absolutely stinking wrong here. Luke Brooks to win Dally M Halfback of the Year is a resurgence. Well, that didn't happen. And the West Tigers to make the top 8 because of it. Well, we know what happened. The wooden spoon again for the Tigers fans out there. I really did think it was going to be an improved year for the West Tigers. And maybe they could sink in the top 8 with the squad they got. Didn't happen. We will see if they do improve into 2023. But really, Luke Brooks actually was injured quite a lot, which was concerning. He actually didn't play too bad this season. But obviously not on the field long enough to help this team do any good. Manly, yes, well, I made a bold prediction. This is before the pre-challenge too. Manly would get the wooden spoon. Wow. Wow. They possibly could have, but they started off better than expected, but they went curtails from there. But yes, Anthony Seibold, obviously, his McDonald's saga, even though it might not be a big one for most people, but just that they look for a coach to be doing that. After, well, whether he was drunken or not, it's just not a good look to be sleeping at McDonald's in the middle of the night. So here, to me, it's just a bit of a concern, not a good look for the game at all. But clearly, their prediction was way off the mark. And this one, well, I was sort of right, but then he got there in the end. But Jarrod Croker to not make 300 games. They had to play 8 games to do it. And he played about 10 in the end. But he should have played more. Let's put it this way. He should have played more. He should have played every other game for the rest of the season. I don't know what Ricky Stewart was doing. Absolutely got robbed. And there was a chance the Raiders could have done something with Jarrod Croker in the team in the finals football. Why wouldn't you play someone who's retiring at the end of the year? It gives them confidence. It gives them belief. Absolute mistake from Ricky Stewart. But I'm glad that he got to 300 games. Jarrod Croker absolutely deserved it. But, again, so 1 out of 5, not looking good. And it continues to pain. This isn't the order I actually said it, so I'm not making this up. This is how I did it. My 6th bowl prediction, which was another hoodoo on a player. Ryan Papenhuyzen will play 20 games for the Storm and make his New South Wales debut. Wow. That did not happen at all. Absolutely not. Didn't know his injury was going to drag out for this long either. Thought he might miss the first month of football and then he'll start playing games. Well, that didn't happen at all. He come back at the end of the season and then got re-injured again. So absolutely not good for Ryan Papenhuyzen. Can Ryan Papenhuyzen do it in 2024? That would be a question mark on what you're seeing. It might be a struggle. Now, number 7. Yes, my mate. Yes, finally got back on the winning streak here. Reece Walsh to debut for Queensland. Absolutely, some people would have said, you're kidding me. Kalen Ponga was done. Boom, he'll be it. But Reece Walsh absolutely came out of the guns blazing all the way to a grand final. He's always had some issues along the way, which hopefully he irons out. Otherwise, his career might not be as long as he does want to go down that path of Jarryd Hayne, and that's what I'm worried he will go down. So he needs to get himself sorted, get himself concentrating on football, and get the stuff off the field out of him. And even his headspace needs to improve. But yeah, that was great for Reece Walsh to get his Origin debut. He was outstanding. Number 8, bold prediction. Josh Addo-Carr, the Ferrari back in New South Wales Blues team. Well, absolutely, some people have said his career was dead. Forget about him. He turned it around. Probably a quiet end of season, to be honest. But then the Bulldogs, how bad were they going? And he had the injury as well. But to see him back in New South Wales team was good to see. And unfortunately, he was knocked out of the Australian side because of his punch-up, which at the end of the day is his own fault. He can blame everyone else about his actions and all that, but at the end of the day, he just got to own up and say, I got it wrong. Just because of the First Nations tournament, the Curry Cup doesn't mean that doesn't mean that you can be throwing punches and get away with it. Simple as that. Doesn't matter what it was for. If he got hit, I tackled and he got hit. That's just doesn't happen. So, bold prediction done there. First coach sacked in 2024. Ding, 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 ding. Anthony Griffin. Thank you very much. What a bold prediction that was. It probably was the weakest of the bold predictions. But then you could argue Adam O'Brien as well, if you're looking at the start of the season. But I just felt that Anthony Griffin, even though he got the re-signed, I was just questioning it all the time, why they even re-signed him. So, as expected, he ended up getting sacked. And will not coach again in the NRL in terms of a head coach position. He could be an assistant coach somewhere, but I will be stunned if he ever got a head coaching position again at the top level anyway. If he wants the top level, he'd have to go to Super League, but I don't see him being their top wanting to go there. But that makes it 4 out of 9, but it ends up in despair, absolute despair. Probably the worst prediction of the lot, if I was going to be brutally honest, but it had to be the boldest prediction too. The Penrith Panthers would miss the top 4. Wow. How wrong was I? They win the grand final, do a three-peat. I was expecting them to drop off, but they proved me wrong. Congratulations to the Penrith Panthers. They got it wrong. But that was my 10 bold predictions. 4 out of 10. Leave a comment if you like. You can have a laugh. It's all good. Now, I'm going to do it again in 2024. 10 bold predictions. See if I can do better than 4 out of 10. But I just go for little crazy angles. It's more of a fun thing than trying to pick 10 out of 10. Anyway, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Remember to have a great day out there, folks. And Rugby League is #1.